Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer/football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future soccer predictions. All right, these predictions will be for Saturday, January 25th. I got Mexican Liga MX, and I have a 5-game slate. So I'll talk about the teams. I'll let you know if there's any injuries, and I'll give you my predictions. Okay, let's go. First on the list is Cruz Azul versus Puebla. Cruz Azul is at home. They have no injured. Both of these two teams have no injured players, by the way. Cruz Azul at home, their favorite. The total is sitting at 3. They have only gone over this twice out of their last 5. And that was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So last year, they did not cover this. This year, they haven't been playing long enough to cover it though. But I do see 2 games here for this year. Cruz Azul, they've only been able to score once. Now that's sad. Because they're supposed to be a really good team. They were a good team last year. This year, not starting off so well. Puebla, on the other hand, they've gotten 2 games as well, and they've only been able to make a goal once. Both of those times. They scored a goal every time, right? Now, as far as going against Cruz Azul, they've scored once 4 out of their last 5. So only once they weren't able to score, right? But the other 4, they scored. Puebla's team total is sitting at 0.5. Maybe that's the way to go, or I would probably do team total under 2.5, because Cruz Azul, like I said, they've only scored once this year. So for them to make 3, that would be too much. So either that or I'll go with the total points under. But then now you're just basically helping the other team, right? So I don't know. This one's going to be a tough one. I don't know if I'm going to bet this one. I do see a win for Cruz Azul, though, because they are playing at home. So maybe I'll go with the win here on this one. But as far as goals, I would have to do Cruz Azul under 2.5. I don't see them making 3. Okay. That's my prediction for that. On to the next game. León versus Juarez. I'm not sure if it was León or Santos. I think it was León, where they just ended up picking up James Rodriguez. He used to play, I don't know if you know who he is, but if you don't, he used to play for Real Madrid. So he was really good at one point. This year, I'm not 100% sure that he's, still at his prime. I don't think he, obviously, maybe not, right, if he's not with Real Madrid anymore, but I don't know how good he is. He did play a little bit last game versus Atlas. I don't think he scored though. But like I said, he's just barely starting. So I want to say León. They are at home. They are favorite. The last 5 times these two met, Juarez has not been able to beat them. Yeah, Juarez hasn't been able to beat León in their last 5 head-to-head. Leon ended up winning 3 times. So they got 2 draws and 3 wins. The last 5 times these two went head to head. Give me Leon to win straight up. As far as goals, the total is sitting at 2.5. 2.5. The last time these guys met, have they covered that? They've covered that twice. Most recent was back in October 19, 2024. So this year, obviously, they haven't played. But last year, they were able to cover that once out of 2 times they met last year. And the year before that, they were able to cover that once. So it seems like they covered that later on the year. Because in 2023, the first time they met, they did not meet those numbers at 2.5. And then later on that year, they did go over 2.5 for 2023. Then the year 2024, the first time they met back in April, they did not meet that number 2.5, right? That was only 1-1, so it was under. Then later on the year, they ended up going over. So this happened twice already. So this year, but here's the thing. Now they got James Rodriguez, right? So will they cover that? Who knows? I want to say yes, but that would be too juiced up, right? That would be too much. So where I would go with this one would probably be Leon to win straight up. Maybe over team total over 1.5. I don't know why I do see them making 2 goals this time though. The last 5 games of Juarez, they got 3 dubs, 2 draws, so they haven't taken an L, right? Last year and this year. As far as Leon goes, they've taken an L already this year. No, my bad. Last year they took a L. This year they took a dub, and then they got two dubs, 1 L, and 2 draws. This year they only played once. They got a dub. But yeah, give me Leon on this one. I might do the over 1.5, but we'll see if it becomes a final play. Okay, on to the next game, and this is my team, Chivas, versus Tigres. I forgot to mention injuries on the game before that. There is no injuries for Leon and Juarez. This season just started, so there shouldn't be any injuries. But this game, Chivas does have 1 injured player. And then Tigres has no injured players. So Chivas playing at home, they're not the best when they play at home. They're better on the road for some reason. And Tigres is a good team. The last 5 times they went at it, basically Tigres won twice. No, 3 times out of the last 5. The other 2 were ties. At home, like I said, they're not the best at home. And every time they do meet versus Tigres at home, they end up losing by more than 2 goals. So I don't want to say it. It hurts me to say this, but Tigres are the favorite team. They are the favorite, and I do see Tigres scoring 2 goals. But I'm not going to bet that because they're my team. Chivas is my team. I'm not going to go against my team. But if I'm not I'm using my brain on this, right? I'm not using my heart. So I'm letting you know, if you do bet this one, I can guarantee you two things will happen. You could either bet Chivas to go under 1.5, because I don't think they'll score two, or I'll do Tigres over 1.5. The total sitting at 1.5. Maybe I'll do that over 1.5, just so it wouldn't hurt my heart to see the Chivas lose again. So I do see a 2.5. I do see 3 goals here. Maybe 2 goals from Tigres and 1 from Chivas. That covers the 2.5, right? So if I was to bet this one, that's what I would go with. I would go with over 2.5. They've covered that twice the last time they met. And they covered that. I know you're like only twice out of 5 times, right? But those times were in Chivas house. And guess where they're playing? Chivas house, right? So I see that. I see this going over 2.5. Okay. On to the next game. Santos versus America. Obviously, if I'm a Chivas fan, I don't like America. So I want America to lose. But realistically, Santos have not been able to beat America the last 5 times they met. America has beaten Santos twice. They've tied 3 times. So I don't know how good Santos is this time. They are at home, but this year, or actually they haven't played this year, but last year they lost 3-0 and then they tied 1-1. I know Santos just started, but they've gotten 2 L's already, right? They haven't gotten a dub and they haven't gotten a draw. So this can either go 2 ways. Santos with a draw or Santos with the L. America, on the other hand, this year they've gotten 2 wins and 1 draw. So this one's gonna be hard for me, right? But if I'm gonna use my brain for this one, I'm going to say maybe a team total over. No, that's a 2.5. Well, they've done this. They've covered this 3, 4. They've covered this 4 out of the last 5. 2.5, they've covered this. So maybe I'll go with the total points over 2.5. But that one's going to be tough too, because Santos only scored once this year. I mean, I know they've only played twice, but they've only made a goal once, right? So as far as team total points for Santos, it's sitting at 0.5. I don't know how I feel about that. They've covered this 4 out of their last 5. So maybe I'll do Santos just to score a goal, but I mean, and this one's tough. I don't think I'm betting this one, to be honest with you, because this is literally a 50-50 here. But if I was to bet this one, probably I'll do just America to win straight up. I know it's going to be a little bit juiced up, but maybe put that in a parlay with like teams that are like a for sure dub, right? Like maybe with Cruz Azul and León. But yeah, as far as points, maybe America over 1.5. But then again, I mean, I see Santos where they could score a goal. Like I said, they covered 4 out of the last 5. So maybe I do see Santos making a goal here. Let's see how many. Let's see how many times they allowed goals in their last 5. They allowed 2, 3, 4, 5. So in their last 5 games, they allowed 5 goals. Basically, a goal every time, right? So their defense doesn't look too good. And offensively, Santos, they've been able to score 2, 3. Yeah, they're not that good at scoring. They've only scored 3 goals in their last 5 games, right? In their last 5 games, they've taken nothing but L's. Wow. How did I miss that? So they have not won in their last 5 games. That's 2 this year and 3 last year. That's all bad. America 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws. That L was not for the Mexican Liga. That was a club friendly versus Inter Milan or Inter Miami. So I don't know how but as far as La Liga, or not La Liga, but Mexican Liga MX, they haven't taken an L in the last 4 times. So, yeah, give me America straight up. Okay, on to the last game. Boy, I'm tired. Okay. Monterrey versus Pachuca. This is going to be probably the most interesting game of the night, to be honest with you. Maybe Cruz Azul and Puebla too, but I think this one would probably be more interesting than that one this year. Injuries. Monterrey has 1 injured player. Oh yeah, same thing. I didn't mention any injuries for the America and Santos, but that's because there's no injuries. Monterrey, only 1 injured player. Pachuca, no injured player. Monterrey is playing at home. This year, Monterrey has tied twice. Pachuca has won once. So I feel like this is going to be their second game. Yeah, it seems like this is going to be their second game. So their first game, they got a dub. They went against Santos, not surprised. They scored 2 goals. The total is sitting at 2.5. Now, Monterrey, they've only been able to score once in their last 4 games. 2 this year and 2 last year. The one before that one, which was back in December 7th, 2024, they were able to score 5 against Atlético San Luis. But after that, they went down to 1 goal per game. So as far as goals or points, Pachuca is sitting at 0.5. That means all they got to do is score a goal. Now, as easy as that might seem, seems like they haven't been able to do this besides the last game, right? But yeah, I mean, last year they weren't able to score a goal. I mean, maybe they just had a bad team last year. This year it seems like they're better, right? Last year they were terrible. Every time they meet, the total sitting at 2.5. Every time they meet, they've only gone over this twice out of the last 5. So I don't know how I feel about this one. Like I said, the season just started, so it's hard to predict these games. But I do see, as far as this year goes, Pachuca already 2 goals in their first game. So, but I mean, that is Santos. They did go against Santos, and Santos is easy. Monterrey, on the other hand, they don't allow that many goals, right? So that means they have a good defense. Monterrey has a good defense, right? Um, so for Pachuca to score, it's gonna be tough. So, but maybe I'll do a total team or a total game under 2.5. That means 3 goals. I don't know if that would happen. If this goes, if Monterrey ends up winning, maybe they'll win by 1. Um, this one's a hard one, guys. To be honest with you, I think the safest bet for this one will be Pachuca to score a goal because they're sitting at 0.5. So, and they covered that this year. They've covered that this year. They've scored twice. I know it wasn't against an easy team, and I know Monterrey is a better team, and they have a better defense. But if I bet, that's where I would go with. If not, then I'll do probably a tie, just because Monterrey has been, I mean, getting ties, right? This year, 2 games, 2 draws. So, but I mean, 3 in a row would be tough. To get another draw would be like, it would be crazy. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go with Pachuca just to score a goal. I think that would be the safest bet. But anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you for watching. If there's a game that you guys want me to predict, put it down in the comments, and I'll get it for you guys. So, thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next video. Deuces.